Today I'd like to do a comparison for the DVR recordings from the Eachine EV300D versus the Skyzone SKY04X FPV goggles. So before I show the DVR recordings, I'd just like to show the media file properties using the MPC-HC media player. So on the right is the one from the EV300D, and on the left is from the SKY04X. So you can see the format, the resolution, bit rates, and whatnot. I'll go through the details as we go along. The DVR recordings is taken when I flew my Mobula 7 HD Whoop with the Cadex Turtle V2 camera. One thing I'd like to clarify, I did not do the recordings on the same day. The EV300D footage came, I think I made it 1 week ago, but I flew both of those sessions in the morning, so I would say the condition is almost the same in terms of lighting and the weather. So let me just go through very quickly in terms of the parameters for the DVR recordings. The EV300D, the format is AVI, and it uses the H.264 codec. The resolution for the EV300D recording is 720 by 576, and the aspect ratio is 5:4, and it records at 25 frames per second. And the bit rate is 4 Mbps per second. Whereas for the Sky04X, the recording format is in the MOV, and it uses the ABC1 codec. Resolution wise for the Sky04X is 688 by 596. So the aspect ratio is a bit funny. It's a 1.194. I don't know why the aspect ratio is a bit, I would say it's a bit odd, but it records at 25 frames per second. The bit rate for the Sky04X recording is at 11.7 megabits per second, so yeah, that's almost more than double the bit rate of the EV300D. So in my opinion, if I were to compare the quality of the DVR recording, there's really not much difference. So I have to give it to the EV300D because it uses the H.264 codec, and that means that even at 4 megabits per second bit rate, it really compresses and uses it's more efficient in terms of recording. So yeah, I have to give it to EV300D for the efficiency. This means that the file size is a lot smaller compared to the Sky04X, so you can record more with your SD card. So yeah, that's my opinion. In terms of audio, the EV300D records using the ADPCM format. It records in stereo, 2 channels at 32 kilohertz per second, whereas for the Sky04X it uses the PCM format, but it only records at mono or single channel at 48 kilohertz. I mean, it's not something that I'm really overly concerned because I don't really record, or I don't really care about the audio anyway. So yeah, I'll leave it to you to actually think, or I would say you can make your own comparison, your own judgment in terms of the quality of the video side by side, but really to my eyes it's just really not much difference. Okay, another thing that I just like to note is that the DVR recordings, it does not represent what you will actually see through the goggles. Okay, that's a totally two different matters. But just for those who doesn't know, the EV300D uses the LCOS display, or liquid crystal over silicon, whereas the Sky04X uses the OLED display. So yeah, it does have differences, but that will not show in the DVR recordings. Okay, so yeah, I'll just let you watch out until the end of this video to make your own, I would say, judgment. And until next time, bye.